Duh, I gotta put myself on the screen. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Dose of Dano TV. It is your host, it is your boy Dano in the building, and I'm super excited and grateful just to be here, just to be with you guys, and the Positivity Posse, because you already know when we all come together, man, this is really special time during the week for me, and I hope it is for you too. I know it is for you. Let me not even say hope, because hope is, it's an empty vessel. When you hope for something, you already know that you don't believe that it's going to happen. So I already know that that's what it is for everybody. So first and foremost, everyone, thank you so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I got to talk to y'all about last week. Man, I really wasn't feeling. I wonder why this is being all like. Needs to focus. Last week, man, let me tell you, I really wasn't feeling that well, mentally. So I wanted to take a little bit of a break, and I had to put the show on hold because I wanted to make sure that I'm not going to give y'all, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm not going to give you half-assed content. So, what I did last week was I decided to take a little bit of a break, recuperate, and come back even stronger this week, even stronger, because not every day is going to be the best day possible. But when you do show up on the days, and just for you even showing up and just for you even waking up today, that is a victory. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm loving the year. Thank you, Jeanette. I really do appreciate it. And let me tell you guys something. I want to be the first one to say it. Tomorrow is Jeanette's birthday. I want to say super happy birthday. I hope it's the best one that you ever have. Because I already know that, you've been learning a lot too as well. So I wanted to be the first to say happy birthday to you. Hello, Lauren. Everybody knows Lauren. If you've been on the show before, that you know Lauren. He actually also has his show, Bathrobe Moments, on the E36 television network. So go give him a follow. He is the man. That is my guy right there. So last week, I don't know. You guys ever had those days? I'm pretty sure we all had those days where we're not feeling 100%. But I firmly believe that things need to happen in a certain way, even if you understand it or not, while you're going through that situation, to really understand the lessons behind it. There's a lot that I've been learning, and I just can't wait to share it all with you guys. Our guests are gonna be here. They're running a little bit late. They had to go do it was something with the kids and another program. I'm not sure, but we're just waiting for them. But in the meantime, I can't wait to tell you guys everything that I've been learning, because it truly has been life-changing. One of the things that I recently found out, and you guys got to bear with me because this might be a new topic. I hope it is, or maybe it's not. Who knows? Let me just say. Have you guys ever heard of the term being afraid of success? And I know that may sound kind of, redundant, because if you think of success, you're like, oh, yeah, like I'm all about that. I really want to get after it, this, and that. You guys already know what that's all about. I found out some things about success that not everybody is willing or really able to achieve everything that they want and that they hope. And there are a few different reasons as to why, some people might be afraid of success. And one of the reasons that I had no idea applied to being afraid of success is procrastination. And I am guilty of procrastinating from time to time. I don't do it all the time, but I am guilty of it. And I didn't know that was kind of a benefit, or not a benefit, excuse me. I didn't know that's a reason why some people procrastinate. And it goes kind of in a long timeline, but I'll try to condense it for you. So when you procrastinate, you're putting stuff off so that you're not able to achieve that goal that you set. So when you achieve these goals that you go out and you know that you want to hit, oh, there we go. Sorry, I just got the pop from the guest. But when you go to achieve everything that you want from that goal, it's like once you get to that certain spot and you're nailing it and you're getting that momentum and you're crushing goal after goal after goal, you'll start to lose yourself and you'll start to lose your identity. Now, let me explain. You're not going to be the same person after all those successes or all of those failures that you once started at. And as human beings, we're comfortable with where we are, right? So if we're comfortable here and we see that we're going up and we're going up and we're going up, well, we're not the same as what we once were, and our identity is going to start to change, whether it's, what we believe in, what we stand for, how we view the world. And that's a pretty scary sight, or that's a pretty scary idea too. So just be mindful of that if you're procrastinating, just don't be afraid of success. I mean, there's other things too, like self-sabotage, being embarrassed, caring about what other people think. All of that stuff is nonsense. We don't want to go into that. So that's one of the things that I learned, is that procrastination could be killing your success. But that's because once we grow, for the better or for the worse, or whatever situation that we might be going through, that is changing us to be the best version of ourselves. And that comes with growth, and not everybody is comfortable with growth. So that's what we need to really be mindful of. You guys are amazing. How can I forget? Can I get a hashtag? You guys already know what I'm about to say. Can you guys drop a hashtag Positivity Posse wherever you're watching right now? If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on E360, if you're catching the replay, no matter where you are, just drop a hashtag Positivity Posse. So I know you guys are rocking with me right now, that you're feeling this information, that you're feeling this energy, because you already know when we come together on Thursdays, right before the weekend, that's when we crush it. That's when we always crush it. So I'm just super, super happy and grateful to be here with you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag Positivity Posse. There you go. You got a birthday. Happy birthday. Again, I'm going to reiterate that as well. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You guys always come through, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Amanda. Hashtag Positive. Amanda, I remember our story too. I met Amanda at the airport, but that's for another time. So I really hope that everything is going great for you. I know that you were going through a transitional time in your life. So I hope everything is going great with you guys. I see you right now. So I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. So this episode that we're doing tonight is brand new. We've never done anything like this here before on Weekly Dose of Dano. If you guys read the description, we're going to be talking about creative arts, performing arts. And we're actually going to be having a live performance here. Like I said, never before done. So this is going to be a first time. I can't wait to show you guys. I actually got connected with Desi, and she's the director of this theater's arts program. And we're going to be talking about, everything that goes along with theater. I mean, to be honest, all right, I'll tell you guys a quick story. It was December 2019, so right before the pandemic hit. I have never seen really any theater, or I've never been to Broadway, or I've never really done anything in the performing arts. And it took me, what was that? That was about, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, we are in 2021. Time flies. So that was 2 years ago. Right now I'm 24, minus 2, it's 22. So I was 22 years old when I actually experienced my first play in theaters. Actually, I went with my mom and my brother, and we went to go see the Rockettes during Christmas time. So, don't you guys ever think that? And this is why I kind of wanted to have this episode for today. I never really thought or really seen the value and the lessons and the importance of theater, of, performing arts, especially, me, like, I know that when it comes to like the minority community, we really don't have an emphasis on that. Growing up, everybody wants to be a football player, or, something to do with sports, or a movie star, or a recording artist. But I feel like this is another outlet that people need to really kind of dive into. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm ready to bring on, I see Desi. Desi, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Let's see. All right, she didn't give me a thumbs up yet, so I don't think. Oh wait, she's putting the headphones in right now. Are you able to hear me, Desi? Let's see. Y'all able to hear me? Did you guys still need some more time to set up? All right, let's see. Just give me a thumbs up because I can't hear you guys right now. And like I said, this is something that we've never done before. So we're trying to get everything worked out right now. I think we're all good. So without further ado, let's bring it on and we'll see what happens. I can't wait to experience this with you guys too. So you already know we're gonna do the traditional countdown. We're gonna bring them on. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, so here we go. Oh, the connection is just a little bit laggy right now.
Okay. I got it. You can make that death, I promise. I'll commit. Hold it up. Ready for the interview? Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That was super awesome.
Thank you.
So where's Desi at? Is she gonna be is she right here?
No, she's directing right now.
You want her to come?
All right, that's amazing. So would you be able to explain who you are and what you do with the company?
So I'm the assistant stage manager,
And I'm the stage manager.
oh, okay.
So we're getting the tour of everything right now. If you guys already didn't know.
Oh yeah.
So where's the
Okay.
location at? Where are you guys?
We're in our school right now. Wait, hurry up, because you got some questions.
So this is what comes with it right now. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever known, but we've never done a live performance ever on Weekly Dose of Dano right here. And the connection is actually great where you're standing at right now. So you can continue with your story. Tell us about your name and what you do with the company.
Well, my name's Noni Burke, and I'm the assistant stage manager. And my job is basically just to not only do like help out like the actors, make sure that everything is just like in order, like nothing's just going out and everything. And I'm supposed to help the stage manager also and I'm just taking notes on the side. I'm just giving the actors notes also and just helping them out too. And this is the stage manager right
Hi,
here.
my name is Shalia. I'm the stage manager and she's my assistant manager. I do the same thing as her. She just helps me. So like if I'm not here, she will do the stuff that I'm supposed to do when I'm not here.
Wow, and that truly is amazing to be able to orchestrate something like that. I don't even know if I can do it, to be honest. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. So I commend you for doing that. Now, would you be able to answer a quick question for me? How has theater changed your life?
How has what changed my life?
How has theater changed your life?
Oh. Theater has changed my life because I got to learn a lot new things like about theater that whoever has something, it has to be written down. And I got to meet new people and expand my learning.
Okay. How theater has changed me, really opened up like my mind about things is how communication is always key to everything, and I have to stay clear with the stage manager, like how I have to assist her and everything, and how I have to be really focused and committed to what I have to do.
Wow, and that's really, I mean, like I said, when I was growing up, I really didn't have the theater to be involved in at my time, or not that I didn't have the opportunity to, but it just wasn't something that really interests me. Now, would you say that people of color, do you think that we kind of have a harder time trying to get into the arts?
Yes, I would say that people of color have a hard time getting into the arts because usually for theater in general, I feel like they would usually want lighter skinned people to be expected of things,
Hold on, hold
and
on.
they're not really.
I don't mean to cut you off, but there was one thing that you just said right there, and I believe I heard it correctly. If not, you can correct me. Did you say lighter, better skin? Because there's no such thing as a better skin. You know what I mean?
No, I said
if you're Oh, okay. I was gonna say because that's not how we've been talking. You know, the positive self-talk. But go ahead. You can continue.
So I was basically saying that people of color are not given chances to show their actual talents and their actual abilities to go and perform in front of like such a large crowd. And I feel like we're really just looked over of our actual abilities to perform.
Yeah, most definitely. And I feel like, when we kind of have this self-limiting belief that we can only do certain things. I know growing up for me and all my classmates, I went to school in Camden. I went to Leap Academy. And we always thought that
You said you went to Leap, poor you. I'm a Camden High grad, so I discriminate. I definitely discriminate because I am a Camden High grad.
and that's what I'm. And this is Desi, everybody. If you don't know, she's the director of this fine program. Now, Desi, what made you want to fulfill this role of wanting to be the director and bringing the arts to the inner city?
I think I went kicking and screaming. It's a calling on my life that I have run from for so many years. I mean, so many years. I run Camden Repertory Theater, which is outside of the school. And when I got the call to take this position, I did a lot of praying because I had already established what I thought was my path. And I told them, yes, I'll take the position until they find someone to fill the theater role. And I'm here and I'm just holding it up until we have one at NYU Tisch School of the Arts, until someone, but they have to have a very fine education come and take this role, because I'm an artistic snob. So I'm an artistic snob. So when they finish their education, I'm just holding a position for them. Whoever goes off to Howard, whoever goes off to Yale, whoever goes off to Carnegie Mellon, to one of the top programs, because I believe that our students deserve nothing but the top program, just so that we are constantly creating a generation of educated, thinking artists, talented artists. And I'm not the first doing this. Like, this school has produced so many stars all over the country. They have someone starring in playing George Foreman after they searched all over the world for someone to star in that role. He's right out of this whole creative arts school. Of course, Arnetta Johnson, she's out, everybody knows her. She's out of the creative arts school. We can go on and on. Joseph Streeter, he's done arrangements for Ralph Lauren. He's played for her. He's played for Solange. We can go on. I mean, so what I'm doing is not so great. I'm really just I'm on the bandwagon. Really just trying to, like I said, hold it up until in theater.
No, there's no way. I mean, you got to give yourself some credit, because what you're doing is you're helping people understand, especially in the inner city, or even people out of the inner city, to show, we got some talent here, and we have these kids who need these opportunities just as everybody else inside of the country too. Now,
Absolutely. Camden, we've never been short on talent. Like, artistically, athletically, we've always been just phenoms when it comes to talent. It's the discipline and the opportunity, being able to take it to the next level and maintain. And that's my goal. I always say to the students, no matter, I want you to be able to participate in a national, you have the roles. So now I don't know what I'm doing with this camera. Can you tell I'm theater and not film? I am theater all day long and not film. I am trying to move the camera, have the camera. I am clueless with this camera.
It's all good. Well, let me give you a piece of advice. I think when you hold it still, that's when the connection is the best, and that's when everybody can hear you. If you can find like a comfortable spot.
There it is. I like to take a note. Is that better?
Yeah, look at that. That's perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing.
Yes.
Now, listen, we have so many people. I'm not sure if you can see the screen right now on your phone, but you're saying don't sell yourself short. You're making an impact. Camden in the house. Thank you, Miss Shelton, for all you pour into these kids. You really are killing it right now. And I just wanted to say thank you, too, because you're actually teaching me about all of these different opportunities. Now, as far as opportunities in the theater industry, what are some of the outlets or some of the opportunities that we have that these kids can get into?
And you mean in our city
Yeah,
or
because I know.
in our region? Well, we are just one of the. I don't know if you talked to Hakeem Pratt. We are just in a process of making sure that everybody has their headshots, they have their resume. I remember I watched a master class with Spike Lee, and he said, you cannot call yourself an actor and want to be a professional actor if you don't have your headshot and resume. So we're
Mhm.
making sure that they have the basics ready so that they are having they had when the opportunity presents itself, they are ready. So
Mhm.
like this is I haven't done a full year here at all. So this is my first year. And before you know how we are in the industry, before we put our name or stamp of approval on anyone, we want to make sure that they are fully ready. For stage, the talent is there, but behind the scenes also and have all of their documentation in place.
Most definitely. Now, would you be able to explain a little bit about what that scene was that you performed for us?
Oh my gosh. So the secret sauce behind any arts education program in the city of Camden is definitely Jamal Dickerson. And he is a composer and a lyricist. And it's the opening scene that we were working on for our production, Princess and the Pea. We opened December 10th. It will be at the new Camden High campus. So we are doing the inaugural production in the new Camden High campus. And it's the Princess and the Pea. It's that fairy tale that it has an original score. It has an original libretto that we've adapted for our community and for our and communities that look like us and for the stage. So it will be performed, of course, like a musical with a live band, live orchestra, and that is what you saw. And that's the opening number. Hold our legacy.
That's what I'm talking about. And it really was. It was awesome. I mean, just to be able for you to develop the relationship with the actors and give the time to make sure that they're where they need to be is that's really special.
Oh yeah,
Now,
they're amazing. We have some that's really digging deep. And remember, these are the students that missed a year and a half of COVID. They missed a year and a half of school. So for them to come back, jump back in September, and we didn't start rehearsal in September because they had to put together a marching band. So they had to jump in after we were all COVID lazy. You know what I mean? We were
mhm.
all COVID lazy. So what they're doing is an amazing job of getting back into the swing of things and leading the city out artistically and saying this is what you do. They're making up the year. So that is really they're redeeming the time, the year and a half. So what they're doing is something for them to be proud of, and their parents to also be proud of, and as a community, be proud of them that they're not having excuses. They're not saying no, we don't have enough time. They are taking their time out, and they have long days. I tell them if I were them, I couldn't do what they do. They are there from 8 o'clock. They go from one rehearsal to the marching band rehearsal. From the marching band rehearsal, then they come to play rehearsal. When they're at marching band rehearsal, I go somewhere in the car and I get a nap. So I get a nap. They don't get a nap because they're really in it. And for them to make the sacrifice to give the city of Camden a holiday production and to almost like wrap it in a bow and put a ribbon on it and say, here, little girl, here, little boy, here is an experience that you could have that you will never ever forget. Like you may forget the outfit that your mom bought you. You may forget the sneakers that you got. But when you walk into a theater and you see a live production, you will never forget coming to Camden and seeing a live production. And that is a gift that I'm excited that they are willing to give to their community.
Oh yeah, and that truly is. I mean, no matter where you go, because I remember you were telling me that a lot of inner city kids don't get that experience you know, to even go to a
Let me tell
performance.
you, we took these kids up to Broadway. It's $165 a ticket. And we took them up to Broadway. Broadway is $165 a ticket. I did the research. The average household income of a Broadway production is like 240 something $1,000. Now I'm not in nobody's pocket, they know, but I'm saying I don't know the household in Camden that got the 200 and something $1,000 income. That it, like I explained to my class, a family of 4 at 165, that's almost $1,000 by the time you get finished with gas and tolls, and you want to get a little something to eat just to take your child to a Broadway production. And their seats are all right. I don't think they're the top. They're not the top seats. They're all right. You know, you might not be in the balcony, but you don't have the best seats for $165. So you have to expose them to opportunity. But I've talked enough. Have you talked to some of these seniors that are on their way to college? We have Spencer, his applications are in. He's waiting to hear from Stanford. We have Hakeem Pratt, who his applications are in. He's waiting to hear from Howard. They're just amazing seniors. Spencer Pratt just won. Spencer, I said Spencer Pratt. Spencer, what's your last name, Spencer? Rembert. He just won Homecoming King, and Hakeem had to play a trumpet and a drum at the same time because one of the drummers didn't show up for marching band. And
Wow.
It was all over Facebook. And he just said, I'll do it. Give me the drum. Put the trumpet in his mouth. And he got calls from around the country because they were like, I'm doing something like that in high school is just phenomenal. So you've talked to me enough.
Wait, hold on. I got 2 more questions for you,
Okay.
Desi. And I just want to share a little bit of a background story before I ask you these questions. As soon as we spoke on the phone, you are the type of person, and I really do mean this, is that it's not about you at all. Even since the first phone call that we had, you said, listen, I just want this to be about the kids. I want this to be about the students, just to get them the feature and exposure. So I'm telling you, you are really a selfless person, and we really do appreciate that here, just to show everybody the character that you have, because you have a story to tell too. So, like I said, I'm going to just ask you 2 more questions. And then if you wanted to get one of the gentlemen that you just mentioned on, make sure that they're sitting in the same spot that you're at right now, because this is perfect. This is perfect. Why isn't art emphasized in the minority household?
That is a very good question. I think most times it really is about us surviving.
Mm-hmm.
It really is about surviving. And I don't want to say that art isn't, because art, we're surrounded by art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether we're listening to rap music, whether we're listening to music, that's still art. But experiencing live art, I think, is really developing the palette. And that's what I say to the students. Like, I may not educate your parents, right? But I am determined to help, like Amanda just said, expose you, the students, so that their children will be the kind, they will go to see a play. Most of our parents only go see a play if we're in it, right? And that's unheard of for me. I go see a play and I don't know anybody in it. I just go because that's what I do. Culturally, that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know if their parents will go see a play if they're not in it, but they will. They will go. The goal is for them to have $300 of disposable income. That's another thing, disposable income. To have disposable income, take their children in the near future, put on those beautiful dresses and those beautiful patent leather shoes, take their children up to New York, sit in that seat, sit in your little $300 seat and see a show. Or go to Philadelphia, or even more importantly, and this is what I'm really working toward, to be able to go to your own community and see a show that can compete with Broadway. I don't care what the budget is. I tell people all the time, we come from a people who can take nothing and make it something. Now we deserve the $4.2 million budgets to run our artistic entities. We do. We deserve $4.2 million to run our theaters, like other regional theaters around us. They have they have that kind of funding. And the country is making a little bit of noise about leveling the playing field. And it's going to take a whole lot more. It is going to take a lot more, but the goal for me, that's why I do what I do, so that they can, I was explaining to one of the students the other day, the goal is for them to have the keys to a beautiful artistic facility, right? Because it's the psychology of architecture. I tell people, it's when you go into a building that look nice, you automatically your back gets a little straighter. You automatically may not want to put the trash on the floor, because it is the psychology of architecture that tells you, oh, this building deserves a little more, so let me behave accordingly. But that is the goal, for them to be able to say, I always say, no, I don't want you to leave Camden. I want you to get educated and then bring your resources back. You can leave to go get your education, but bring your resources back. Don't leave me here by myself. Don't leave. Don't be like most of the educated people do. We get our education and we leave. And we never come back. And that's why the lady down the street with the bonnet on her head doesn't sweep her front.
Yeah.
You go somewhere and you get this stellar education and you come back, then maybe you'll wear your bonnet in the house. And when you come out and sweep your front, our whole block will look better.
Man, look at you're speaking the facts right now. And it really is true, because a lot of people, they leave and they don't come back. And I want to bring up one more point too. And I got to ask you one more question. I'll let you run.
Yeah, that's fine.
There was something that you said to me, and it really hit me home. And you have no idea, is that you said before, hey, man, like, I used to be embarrassed, or I used to be ashamed to be from Camden. And that resonated with me, because when I was, I'm still here right now, but growing up, it's like, yo, you would tell people that you're from Cherry Hill, or you would tell somebody that you're from Pennsauken, but it's because there's that sense of pride that just isn't there. Like you said, by taking the time to make sure that your community is clean and that we're promoting the best things inside of our community, when that's not happening, all these other people look at you, even though you can be the best, like, you can be the most passionate, your block can be clean, everything can be all right. But these outside noises and these outside voices look at you like you're a problem. And it's really not a good feeling. But like you said, when the people come back and they do give to the community, that is what changes everything. That's what breaks that the cycles, the curses.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have contractors that won't come to, the minute you tell them you're from Camden, they won't come to your house. Like the minute it's hard to get a contractor in your house to do great work, because you say your zip code. So now I tell them up front, I'm from Camden. Do you come to Camden? Okay. If not, move on. And that's good, because I don't want to spend my money. I don't want to spend my hard-earned coins with you anyway, if you don't love my city and if you're not willing to come into my city like you go into other people's communities and respect it the same. So
yep. And it's so true. So like I said, this really kind of attests to everything that you've been doing. You've been changing the game when it comes to, being from Camden. Now, here's the final question for you too, is what can we do, in the city or out of the city? What can we do to support, let's say, your program or any program that's around the country inside of the inner city?
I always tell people, number one, give to your local arts organization that had an impact on you. If you went to a dance school, give to that dance school. Put another child through that dance school or that theater program, or put someone else through. Come out December 10th to the Camden High campus and see Princess and the P. Give us your honest feedback, right, wrong, or indifferent. We can handle it. Come and support these students. You can give a donation. You can plant a seed to our after school program. We have the after school program at Camden Rep called the PACE program, Preparing Artists for college entrance, and where we take students all over, help them prepare. We have 100% graduation rate, 100% college admission rate, and the class of 2019 alone got over $600 and something thousand in scholarships. That's the class of 2019 alone. I forgot what the class last year's class did, but always support your local arts organization. Come out, even if it's raining. You know how we can be. We don't want to go out in the rain.
Yeah.
Come out and support and see arts, any play, any dance, even if you don't know anyone. Yes, and make a financial contribution. If you're able, by the end of the year, you need a tax write-off. I'm not saying you're in that tax bracket, you're not in that tax bracket. I have no clue. But do I don't care if you give $1 or $2. President Obama's, when he was in office, when he was running, they had never had so many $1 and $5 and $10 contributions. Give a $5, $10 contribution, $20 contribution. Say, you know what? I'm not going to buy those shoes this month. I'm not going to buy those sneakers this month. I'm going to take this little $100 that I was going to buy my shoes, and I'm going to support an arts organization. Everybody can Cash App, everybody can PayPal, everybody can, and you can earmark it for a student to blank, 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 or to help you build your building. I was looking at Harriet's bookstore, and she has her second one in Collingswood. And I remember seeing a second one, and I called my president of my board at Camden Rep. I was like, what am I doing wrong that I cannot get this building up? What am I doing wrong? And then when I stopped, I was like, it's not about what you're doing wrong. And I just started being grateful and getting on my gratitude teachings and saying, You know what? Be grateful for your journey, Desi, right? And take what you have. And we've always done art right out of the row house where our headquarters are right now on Mechanic Street. Now we're in the process of getting it rehab so that it's going to be. So when I walk in, I'm not clutching my pearls like, oh Lord, I don't want to sit down. So we're in the process of getting that rehab. You can give to that endeavor because you want to pave the way for the next generation. You want to pave the way, like I always tell people, for your unborn children, for your unborn grandchildren, you know, for the next generation. And you want an artistic facility here for them. And to my Latinx sisters and brothers, let's get this theater company going. Let's do it. Let's get this arts organization going. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's
it. Is represented artistically as strong. And it's not an afterthought just on Hispanic Heritage Month. No, not at all. And I'm down to help you. Anything that I know and I've learned, I'm down to help you along the way.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can operate out of our humble headquarters.
You already know. And that's what I'm talking about too, because I really like two of your perspectives on there. Well, everything that you said was amazing, but the two things that really stood out to me was, one, you're saying that you want to build it for our children's children, and you have that vision of looking down the road and building for future generations to really be able to enjoy. But kind of nowadays, I mean, depending on where you are, I can speak for the young kids. We only want to focus on the now, how to get this money now, and we don't really determine how to build a legacy, or we don't try to find that blueprint. So, you know, for you to share that with everybody watching right now, it truly is amazing. So if whatever you're going through right now, you have to really understand, you got to be of service and always do everything to support and uplift others. It's not about yourself. And that's when you really start to find true happiness. It's not about getting them Jordans. It's not about getting that car, because all that stuff is monetary. And 6 months, it's really sooner than that. But let's just say 6 months down the line, you start to just get rid of it. You'll just treat it like another car. You'll treat it like another pair of shoes. But the work that you're doing really does build what you really represent and what the city of Camden represents too. You know, it truly is amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that perspective.
Yeah.
And then the gratitude was the other perspective too. A lot of people don't have that attitude of gratitude. And it's more than just sounding nice. It's more than just the words rhyming attitude of gratitude. It's about centering yourself. It's about giving thanks to all of your experiences that have been going on, you know? So really having that attitude of gratitude and always being of service to other people is what we talk about on the show all the time. And I'll tell you one more thing too, and you can attest to this. Everything, you can see it on the screen. Everything is either a lesson or a blessing. And that's what we always say, you know? So it truly is amazing, amazing stuff. Thank you so much for coming on today. And like I said, I still have more questions for you. So like we got to get it going. We only have 10 more minutes.
We are, and I'm letting Haki, y'all come sit. He said he wants it nice and firm. Come sit, and I'm passing, like they say, passing the mic. Come.
That's what I'm talking about.
Down somewhere.
All right, so we're gonna do.
You're gonna get in the camera.
Oh wait. Let's do it one at a time so everybody has their time to shine. You know, we got to be fair. We got to be equal.
No stuff and things and stuff. No stuff and things and stuff. Use your words.
So can you explain that? So right now you're on live TV. You're on Apple TV, Amazon Fire. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to scare you. So could you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
All right. My name is Haki Pratt. I am a senior here at Creative Arts High School. I'm an actor. I've been acting for about 3 years now. I also play the trumpet. I've been playing trumpet for 12 years. I'm a part of the Creative Arts Jazz Band, the Camden High Marching Band. I'm a member of, I'm an actor, professional actor for Camden Repertory Theater. I'm a part of the PACE program. And I plan to attend Howard University in the fall of 2022. So.
Wow, that really is amazing. That's a long list, but you know, just keep doing what you're doing, man. So let me ask you a question. When you first got into acting, did you have the support of your friends, of your family members when you wanted to make that decision?
I did not, actually. At first I did not, because, you know, growing up, you know, you see the actors on TV and a lot of people think that's a fantasy. You know, you think that you can't achieve those goals. And acting came to me when I was at a really low point. And, you know, I felt like it was God's gift, you know, to me, you know, to say, here, you know, you deserve this. You've been working hard, you know. So at first I didn't have much support from my family. They thought I should be a musician. And, you know, because, of course, I've been playing trumpet for 12 years. Why wouldn't you be a musician? But once they saw, we did a production called Cooley High here at Creative Arts, and they saw how, you know, they saw my talents, and they were like, okay, yeah, you should be an actor. Maybe you should do this. So at first, no, I didn't have the support to answer the question, but eventually, yes, I did.
So at what point did you just believe in yourself and ignore all the noise, whether it's, you know, your community, your family, or your friends? At what point did you just say, you know what, I know this is what I want to do. I know that I'm good at it, and I'm just going to roll with it.
You know, we were doing a production called Islamic Snow White last year for Ramadan. And that was when I ultimately decided this is what I love to do. You know, because, and this is what I feel like I could be successful at. And not just, you know, materialistic things. Like a lot of us think of success as money and big houses and all. You know, that's not the way I really envision success. You know, it's, you know, doing what you love, doing your gift, pursuing your gift from God and not expecting too much compensation from it. So that's when I was in rehearsal and I was working hard and I put my blood, sweat, and tears into that production. And I was playing 3 different characters and I'm moving around backstage. I'm changing costumes real fast. And I loved it. I loved wholeheartedly. I loved every single part of it. And that's when I decided this is what I should do, you know, so.
Wow. And now that truly is amazing because, you know, you're still in high school, right?
Yes,
you're a senior? And that's what I mean. For you to have this mentality now, trust me, I know adults that are 60 years old that don't even have the way that we think. So keep going on this path, man. And I see super, super, super amazing things coming for you. The sky's the limit. Now, I just want you to, one more question for you, and then you can hand over the camera, is how has performing arts changed your life?
Performing arts has been in my life since I've been born. You know, I perform a Universal African Dance and Drum Ensemble. I was born in that program. My parents, they met in that program, and I played djembe. I'm a world percussionist. I played djembe, and I grew up performing, you know. So, and to go back to what I mentioned earlier from theater, you know, theater came at a very low point for me. It came, you know, when I didn't know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I was a junior. I was, you know, semi-depressed, and, you know, and once I got that call to, to come out and do a play, it really just changed my whole perspective of life. I like to think of theater and the performing arts as like a blank canvas where I can paint wherever and whatever I see, whatever I want without any form of judgment. So that's how, the performing arts has changed my life. It's been a part of my life for years, but it really has changed my life within the past few years. And it's helped me decide where I want to go, what I want to do for the rest of my life and where I want to go within the next few years.
Wow. Hakeem, thank you so much for being transparent. A lot of people, they like to hold this facade to say, oh, I never been, sad or depressed, like you said, or I always knew what I wanted to do with my life. So thank you for your transparency, man. And as we say on the show, we're just going to send you all the best energies possible. And we wish you nothing but luck and success. And I just can't wait to see all the great things that you're going to do.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. And who do we have over here?
Hi, my name is Spencer. My name is Spencer Rembert. I am a senior here at Creative Arts. My major is actually vocal here. I'm a part of my school's concert choir, the All South Jersey Choir. Well, as you can tell, I'm involved in a lot of singing things. Different choirs. I'm involved in acting here. I am an actor here. And I plan to go to Stanford University in the fall. And I plan to pursue a psychology degree and become a mental health therapist.
Nice. And that's another field too that a lot of people are, that I know that they've had bad experiences. So I'm pretty sure, when you go into your field, you're going to be the change, when it comes to the mental health perspective, especially nowadays with, social media and all this other stuff, we kind of lose track on what's important. But would you be able to share your story and how you found your gift?
Wow. Well, I didn't really grow up, and a lot of me and Haki are really close friends, and our upbringing was really different. And sometimes I compare it to my friends, but I didn't grow up in a house of the arts, really. It was just purely like education and like mathematics and things like that, like education things. And when it came to the arts, that was something that I wanted to pursue, but I wasn't sure how, and I wasn't confident enough to pursue it. And the only person I've been singing and dancing since I could, but the only things or people that heard me sing or dance up until my 10th grade year was the shower walls, the water in the shower, and the mirror in my bedroom. So I feel like it was a time where I grew confident, a little more confidence. And I said, you know what, I have to put myself out there if I want to honestly be happy, because I wasn't happy doing the other things I was doing before. And once I stepped on stage for the first time, I just felt freer than I've ever felt. And I never want to ever give up that feeling. There's opportunity to feel that feeling every time. I will pursue it.
Wow, and that truly is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I know for me, when I was in college, I decided to stop going halfway through. I believe it was, I did a few years at community, and then I went to Rowan University, and I didn't like it. So I'm going to get to the point right here is when I had to break that news to my mom and my brother. My mom got her master's degree. My brother was dean's list for multiple years at Stockton. And when it comes to me, I was like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And It was kind of thankfully I had their support. But would you be able to share, the first time that you broke the news to your parents that, you wanted to do this? What were some of the emotions that you were feeling?
Well, the first time was when I wanted to switch my major here at this school from art to vocal. And my mom always supported me and things like that. But when it came to that, it was just a flat out no. And she made me write an essay to her and explain why I wanted to switch, how I was going to switch, and what I was going to do when I switched. And once she heard that from me, she knew that I was passionate about it. She didn't want this to be I'm going to just go from major to major. She knew I wanted to do this, and she supported it ever since. And she knew I had talent, but she didn't know the extent. I never really showed it to her. And so a lot of times people in your community want you to prove that you can do something before they support you. And I did have to do a little bit of that, but it was met with good feedback from my mom.
Wow, that's amazing. Spencer, thank you so much. I mean, we only have a few minutes, so I'm going to go let you back with your crew.
Okay.
But I mean, tell Desi again, thank you so much. Spencer, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Hakeem, thank you for coming on as well. To the video director that was there and actually went live and went, through the performance. Thank you so much. And then I'll call Desi after the program too, but I just want to say thank you so much. And you have everybody blowing up the comments right here. Confidence to do what you love. Great decision, Spencer. Both Hakeem and Spencer, thank you for your stories. You guys are amazing. So have a great night, and I'll be in touch with you guys soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you. So everybody, that was the first time that we've ever had a live performance on the show. And, it was great. I thought it was great. Let me know what you guys thought inside of the comment section. The internet was cutting in and out just a little bit, but we saw what was going on in there. We felt that energy too. So I just wanted to say from Weekly Dose of Dano, thank you guys so much. And the Positivity Posse, thank you guys so much for coming here and enjoying this great content, because today was all about the city, the inner city, Camden, New Jersey, putting us on the map because we need it just as much as everybody else. I just hope that you guys have a great and safe weekend. I'm just so grateful and honored to be able to share this experience with you guys. And I can't wait to see you next week for another episode of Weekly Dose of Dano. And another thing, you guys are not ready. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. You are not ready for season 3. Season 3 is coming out in January, the first week in January. I want to say that's like the 5th or something like that. But I'm telling you, I've been putting my heart, soul, passion, energy, mind, and everything into season 3. So I can't wait to be able to put you guys on and to show you all the great things that we have coming along. And just follow the page, share the page, whoever may need to see it. You never know who you can impact. And I'm just so happy to be able to share this experience with you guys. So I hope you all had a great night tonight. I hope you all have a great and safe weekend, because when we all come together and we throw in this positive energy into the pot, we're just going to send it off into the universe, and we know we're going to get that right back. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful, safe, warm night, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Weekly Dose of Dano. Let's go!